we reach an accord. I would let their armies pass, and they would comply with my wishes while on my islands. Okay. Of course, the accord is a polite fiction. Both the Descarites and Baphamites are attempting to amass their power and influence in Alishnura to overthrow me. When they think I'm not watching, they break my taboos and revel in their own impotence. Okay? I have no trouble believing that they would do that and that you would be upset over that. And worst of all, Lady Voresh told them about the Nahidran crystals. They realized what kind of power these crystals hold. And now they're determined to mine every last deposit hidden away within my islands. I do believe this. We have fought Baphamites and Descarites who have both had crystal-enhanced demons. So that checks out, but I'm getting the feeling that there's something here that she's not telling us and that we're missing. I mean, obviously, she must be plotting to kill them because she has a history of doing just that. And killing these two demon lords would give her more crystals for her own use, her own power. See, she wants the Scorn Baphman beaten. You just don't think she has the power to do it. It's herself. She needs a deniable agent. Fair. So what do I gain by serving you? A reasonable question. One must always serve one's own interests. Well, rest assured that you will be adequately rewarded. I will give you gifts befitting your ambitions, and my patronage, which you can certainly count on, will prove more valuable than any enchanted trinkets you could dream up. I actually believe her in the value proposition here. So let's think about our place in this world, chat. Suppose we snub her and we somehow live to tell a tale. We exit the abyss and appear in, I was about to say the overworld. This is not Minecraft. In Golarion. The hand of Iomedae is cross with us. We're probably gonna have to fight them. Galfrey, she basically sent us here. I am not. I don't honestly care if she's going to double cross her because we're gonna murderize her. We might probably end up murderizing Descari and Baphomet if we get the option to. Even though I don't trust this lady as far as I can yeet her, our goals do seem to line up. And I think we stand to benefit from at least not being on her bad side for now. When Archdemon says you can count on me, you tend to not count on that. I mean, that's a fair point. She's like literally offering up a trust me bro. But here, yeah, if you're so powerful, why do you need me? If I were to make a move myself, it would start a war. Not that I'm afraid of doing so. That's bullshit check. But it would hamper my more important plans. I'm sure you're scheming something. Baphomet and Discari could never best me, but they could sow enough chaos and spill enough blood that visitors from other planes would shudder at the mention of Alishinura. No, I will wage war on my own terms, in the shadows, and I will remain unseen until I drive my blade into my enemy's back. And since Galfrey happened to send you to my realm, you have the honor of becoming my blade, mortal. Be glad you wielded by skillful hands. You'd go for a certain neutrality until we can kick her backside. You smell the half-truth. Yeah, I smell the half-truth here as well. And I agree with you. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say neutrality. I would say accept the power that's given, but not piss her off for now. An alliance based on suspicion. Isn't that the best kind of alliance though, Jellyfriend? Let's be real. We should also reveal how exactly our blade will be employed. Nocticulus silences a reel of a sharp gesture. We can discuss the details later when the moment is right. Now is not the time for idle conversation. Okay, how exactly do you plan to close the world wound? I mean, what we can tell for sure is that she needs us for some purpose. And I'm assuming she's also willing to do what it takes to achieve that. And we just gotta state our price properly, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. And then, you know, if we get played to destroy Discari, I don't honestly care. I'm happy with that. If we get played to destroy Baphomet, fine with that as well. If we get played to destroy Galfrey or Iomede's Herald, honestly, I'm fine with those outcomes as well. In fact, it would make it easier for us to conquer Golarion down the line. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, right, chat? Our kind of directions align for now. How exactly do you plan to close the world wound? She rolls her eyes. It's a complicated magical process. You will receive precise instructions once you've captured the Threshold Fortress on Golarion. There, at the exact spot where Lady Vorlesh opened the world wound, you will be able to close her. Ally now stabbing back later? Exactly. That's what I'm thinking about here. You know, we're not trusting her. We just happen to be okay with all the outcomes. And if we can gain some power in the meanwhile, because let's be real, she needs us to be powerful for her plans to work. Just watch for her trying to do that too first. Exactly, we just gotta, you know, have our fireballs at the ready, as it were. Great balls of fire. But first, you'll have to crush the Guardians of Threshold. And the forces are growing by the day. Hepsamira, Baphomet's daughter, is mining a large number of Nahidran crystals in your realm. Okay. And you are obviously upset about that. And that's fine. I would like for some of those crystals myself. I don't mind whacking her. These crystals are a secret weapon. No army on Galarian can stand against them. You must stop Hepsamira. If you do not, your world will fall, and my plans will suffer significant harm. I do believe her on both accounts here. That our world will probably fall, and that her plans will be hurt. She probably doesn't care about the world, and honestly, if I can't have it, it might as well burn. At one time, I disclosed the secret of transformation to 2 servants of Baphomet and Ascari, Santhir Vang and Mutasafin. It was a well-calculated gambit, which bought us time and ensured both Ascari and Baphomet my loyalty. Mutasafin is Hepsamira's favorite. He oversees the transformation of her army. We have killed him like twice and he resurrects every time. Hepsamira is currently on another island far from here. The route to that place is plagued by pirates, monsters, tempests, and other more terrifying dangers. Have you heard of the living bubbles of frozen time that swallow airships? And when the ships reach port, their crews discover they've been gone for 100 years. That is not the strangest occurrence you could encounter on your journey. I think the airship captain lady in the tavern of... whatever the tavern in Alichinera is called, told us happened. I'm willing to provide you with a decent ship and an experienced crew. Wait, we get an airship? Please tell me the captain is called Sid. That would make my day. If you kill Hepsamira, it will stop her sinking any more of my islands, but without giving Baphomet cause to declare war on me. Okay. Why is it so important to kill this lady? The Ascari and Baphomet won't just stand there and watch you close the wall. They'll send their armies after you. Okay, I believe you. So you will need an army of your own, makes sense? And that is something the Crusaders won't have for long. Fair, like Galfrey is leading them. Hepsamira is mining more and more Nahidran crystals to empower her forces when she attacks Golarion. If you don't stop her, the Crusader resistance will be crushed, and the ranks of demon pouring through the world wound into your world will multiply 100-fold. Okay. I don't feel like I have any reason to believe the factual accuracy of those statements. You were sent here to cut off the demon army's supply of Nahidran crystals, weren't you? Well, that's exactly what you're going to accomplish. Okay, fair enough. I will consider your offer, lady in the shadow, and accept it, I'm sure. I respect your caution and won't force you into submission. We all stand to gain if you do my bidding of your own volition. A glimmer of dance. Approvals in Nocticula's eyes. Yes, my brain just did that. It does that sometimes, just roll with it, chat. An interesting destiny lies before you, mortal. You will rise to great heights and play a part in events of titanic proportions. Many would give their life for a chance to tread such a path. There's a loophole somewhere, but it's another of those hidden truths. Yeah, for sure. I'm certain there is, Fionn. But you know, we'll deal with that when we get there. I'm sure there's a very fiery way of dealing with it. Head Samira visits Alishinura every now and again, but her true lair is far from here. She hides on the island of Colifer, to the northwest of my archipelago. There lies her secret fortress, okay? In the deep mines, her slaves dig Nahidran crystals for the invading army she plans to bring to Galarian. I will give you a magnificent airship and an experienced crew to take you there. It will be a long and perilous journey. Take some time to prepare. Okay, chat, remind me, what is this treason we want to inform her of? Ooh. Yeah, let's ask about the other denizens. Walking corpses, okay. Are you interested in one of my servants, or do you wish for me to tell you something about your enemies? Do we tell him about the storyteller? Tell her about the storyteller? She probably already knows, but I don't see what we would gain from telling her this. If he's somehow managed to conceal himself. We don't tell her? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. What is your relationship with Arilu? She works for me. Isn't it obvious? Lady Vorlesh is very talented. She may be the most brilliant and capable mind ever to come from your plane. And the guile she used to betray one demon lord master after another impressed me so much that I offered her the position of my advisor on magical matters. Naturally, the esteemed Lord Goat and Lord Locust don't know a thing about the betrayal of their faithful lackey, Lord Vorlesh. I plan to keep the secret for a little longer. Lord Goat and Lord Locust? Nice. Sick burns you got there, girl. Betrayal is too strong a word. I opened the path to Galarian for those two. I told them how to extract power from the Hydran crystals. That will suffice. Are Baphomet and Ascar your allies? No. The Goat and the Locust? Allies is too strong a word for a relationship. Our connection was forged by circumstance, not out of a desire to deal with each other. When the whirlwind opened, it tied your world to our realms. I did not join my armies with theirs. I was forced into making peace with them, so as not to get bogged down in a tiring and distracting war. Okay. If I had the opportunity, I would have met them on my terms and expanded my territories, but at their expense. Unfortunately, this is not currently possible. By the way, one of them came to me with an offer of an atrocious alliance that involved conceiving little ones together. I'm still contemplating the specifics of my refusal. It needs to be clear and unambiguous. I mean, why would it bother her? Okay. Everything is clear to me. Who is this person who was plotting treason? I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh, is it Sharu? You would have asked how Rila became her servant? We can ask that. How did Rila become your servant? When the whirlwind was first opened, it only led to the Scari's realm, okay? But then there was another, more powerful breach. The wound expanded, and his path now passed through my realm and Baphomet's as well. Before long, all sorts of interlopers had heard about the power contained within the crystals here, and the Midnight Isles were soon overrun with agents from my new neighbors. They flouted my embargo, burrowing greedily into my rocks, stealing my crystals. Giggity. The main culprit was one Arilu Warlash. Oh my. She was the one who discovered the energies of Nahidran crystals. I had captured her and was about to carry out her agonizing execution. When Lady Warlash offered me something I desired even more than her death. She entered my service, and her main task since then has been to close the whirlwind. Once it is sealed, my realm will once again be cut off from those of Baphomet and the Scari, and their slaves will no longer be able to infiltrate the islands with such ease. You know what? I think I actually believe her that she wants nothing to do with the Scari and Baphomet until she can kill them and take their stuff. But until then, I don't think she wants anything to do with them. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Maybe we get rewarded. I think this is actually gonna help us long term. Like for now, our goals align. Nocticula looks quite amused. Is that so? Who is it you've decided to inform on? And more importantly, how did you learn of these traitors? And how credible are these accusations? Shamira is researching Nahidran crystals in secret. She is planning to overthrow you. This is gonna be a hard sell. Because Shamira, she's banging Shamira. But, honestly, I think it would benefit us more if Shamira was dead. Yeah. A small smile appears on Nocticula's lips. How nice of you to warn me. I'm impressed. I do wonder, however, did you really think I was unaware of this? Or did you merely want to demonstrate your loyalty? Either way, I appreciate you telling me. I will take this as proof that I can rely on you. Ooh. You were very astute to uncover Shamira's desire to dethrone me, and it was particularly sensible of you to keep your mouth shut about the secret of the Nahidran crystals. I suppose your caution calls for a reward. Heck yeah! Let's go! At the snap of Nocticula's fingers, one of her servants approaches you and presents you with a delicate package wrapped in gossamer-like silk. Aspect of the asp. Act. Mining Nahidran crystals is a surefire way to sink the island the crystals are on to the bottom of Ishiar. I assume you understand why all who attempt to procure them on Alinithia were executed. At least you didn't tell Shamira about the mines you found. The last thing I need is the ardent dream burrowing under my capital. It's about time somebody gave us some bloody loot. I know, right? The loot ratio this stream has been so low. Why do you still tolerate her? Someone has to deal with trivial matters. Chimera's betrayal was assured the moment I made her my favorite, just as Zephyrian before her. The second always dreams of rising to be the first. I know the feeling well. I mean, you did. That's how you did rise yourself. The words per loot ratio is well below target. Yeah, you're not wrong. Okay. Do we tell her this risks blowing storyteller's cover? I don't think we mentioned number 1 here, chat. Or she seems to be very well informed of everything that's going on in the second city. Maybe she doesn't know who Storyteller is, but the ability to peer into the future, I mean, that makes it a very short list, right? Maybe this gets us more reward. Am I selling out Storyteller for a piece of reward? For a piece of loot? You are fond of knowledge, my dear guest. Just say I'm not surprised by her appetites. The ambitions of that brat, or her lictorious goat of a sire, were bound to surface sooner or later, but your warning will encourage me to keep a closer eye on her. You could have gone to Cmdr with this and received a payment for your silence. Your foresight must not go unrewarded. Secret ingredient? Okay. If I'm to depart for Colifer, your guards must watch over my camp in the Nexus and all who are residing there. I will send my assassins to ensure that no harm comes to your entourage. Be grateful for my patronage, mortal. Okay. Alright, I'm ready to slay this nerd. Or do we have business in Alucinura? I think we need to bring... It's fine, Fionn. Don't worry about it. They don't put the pointy end in our guys. I hope. We could bring Ember here for an audience, because that was a companion quest that we have.